Alright, so this is going to be a quick video. A couple of weeks ago I posted 3 videos of the Battle of Quatre Bras that I did, and it was done using double scale rules for my Petite Armee system. Now I'm going to give the battle away. What I'd like to do is basically everything you see on the board is going to be given away to somebody who's, you don't have to subscribe to the channel. I don't care about that. You don't, in fact, I don't even see most of the subscribers anyway. But in the comments section, if you're interested in getting this battle, you just need to go ahead and put a comment in, and in the comment make sure you say, I want this battle. Now, what I'd like to do, though, is I'd like to ask those people who are experienced Napoleonic gamers, who have large collections, not to enter this little contest. When I developed the La Petite Armee Complete Napoleonic System, what I was really trying to do, aside from making a little bit of money, which of course I was to try to put together a system that would allow somebody who is interested in Napoleonic miniatures, but who didn't know where to get started, provide them a complete game that they could play, that they could buy and play right out of the box. I started working on it back around 1999. I worked on it for a couple of years, and I started selling the game in 2001 after I'd put together what I thought was a good system. It's really designed, as I said, for somebody who's brand new. It's not that the rules are simplistic. It's the set of rules that I play, and I've been playing Napoleonics for 50 years. But they're not as complicated as some out there. The basic body of the rules is only about 30 pages. If you have an army right now, if you're into Napoleonics right now, and maybe you just want to try the rules out, just send me an email to one of my email accounts that are listed in the description, and I'll be happy to send you a PDF of both the battle rules and my campaign rules. The battle rules are La Petite Armee, that's version 4.1 that's available right now. Version 4.2 should be coming out within the next couple of weeks because I finished my game testing and I'm doing a rewrite. But I'm happy to provide PDF copies of those for free. And then you can go ahead and print them out if you want to, or do whatever you want. That's fine. So, like I said, I want to give this battle away. What you're seeing on the table is pretty much what you get. And this is going to be similar to a new product that I'm introducing. When I introduced the first game, I scaled it up to give you what I thought was a pretty good group of troops. I mean, it started out with 11 brigades of infantry and cavalry. Brigade is what I call a unit. 11 brigades of infantry and cavalry, 4 batteries of guns, some leaders, and all the terrain you needed to play. The game now, 9 brigades of infantry and cavalry was what was in the original game. Now it's 11 brigades. So you actually get more in the game now than you used to. But although I think it's an excellent value for the money, it costs $425, but you get close to 300 painted miniatures, all the terrain you need, rules, dice, rulers, everything. I think it's a good value, but it still means $400 plus has to go out the door, plus shipping. So what I'm going to introduce is a starter set that is based on my new double scale rules. The mechanics of the game stay exactly the same, but now brigades are represented by smaller forces. So in a double scale game, you're going to get 9 brigades of infantry and cavalry, and the brigades of infantry will only be 6 figures. The cavalry will be 3 figures, and you're going to get 3 or 4 guns, or 2 or 3 guns probably, in each set, plus the leaders, and you'll get a reduced amount of terrain, but you'll get basically enough to set up what's on the battlefield here, plus some additional stuff that I may not be showing. I think there's an extra hill in there. That kind of stuff. So it'll be enough, and it'll be half the price. I'll be selling that for $200. And as soon as I get the first one set up, I'll go ahead and put that out for you, and I'll have that posted for you in a couple weeks. But as I said, if you have a set of Napoleonic rules, and or if you have a set of Napoleonic troops and you just want to try the rules, just email me. But if you don't, if you're a board gamer who's always wanted to try Napoleonics, if you're just interested in military history and you always want to try miniatures, if you have somebody that you want to teach the game and doesn't have troops of their own or something like that, go ahead and apply for it then. The reason I'm putting this out now, I'm going to run this ad, or this option for about the next 3 weeks. And then I'll choose somebody out of there, or I'll, randomly choose somebody out of there to receive the game. That way I should be able to ship it to somebody in time that if they wanted to give it as a Christmas gift or something like that, I could get into them before Christmas. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do some close-ups of the units that you're going to get, and then I've got a couple of other little things, and then we'll call it a day. So if you have questions, ask me in the comments section, that's fine, or send me an email, that's fine as well. And I'll get the information that you need. All right. Thanks for watching. Close-ups of the troops coming next. Okay, so we're going to show some close-ups of the units that come in this set that I'm giving away. Start with the Allies. This is the onboard force that starts at the beginning of the game. It's 3 brigades of infantry, 2 of Nassau line infantry, and 1 of Dutch-Belgian conscripts. You also get a stand of Dutch-Belgian skirmishers, 2 batteries of artillery, Dutch-Belgian, 1 foot and 1 horse, and a commander, a lieutenant. Then on the reinforcements that come in, you're going to get this Dutch-Belgian cavalry formation, 2 brigades, 1 painted as hussars, 1 painted as light dragoons. The next ones that come on would be this British division right here. This is 2 brigades of British infantry, a brigade of Hanoverian conscripts, a battery of foot artillery, and a leader. You're also going to get the Brunswick Corps, which is 2 brigades of infantry, 1 of light infantry, 1 of line infantry, 1 of conscripts, a brigade of cavalry, a battery of artillery, a stand of skirmishers, and a leader. You're going to get, coming on later, you're going to get this British division. Lighting's not so good right here because I'm blocking the light a little bit. But anyway, this has 2 brigades of British and King's German Legion line infantry, a brigade of light infantry, a horse battery, and another lieutenant. And finally, the last units that come on the board are going to be the Guards Division, 2 brigades of British Guards, a brigade of Hanoverian conscripts, a battery of artillery, and a lieutenant. So that's the Allied forces. It's everything that was on the board in the battle that I posted a couple weeks ago. Now we're going to go ahead and switch over to the French. So this is the French army. Starting over here, we've got a brigade of French light infantry, 3 brigades of line, a battery of foot artillery, and a lieutenant. That represents Jerome's division. It was a large division. Here in the center, we have almost exactly the same thing. We have a brigade of light infantry, 3 brigades of line. We have 2 batteries of artillery. 1 is the Corps 12-pounder battery, and then a field battery, and a lieutenant. These are the other 2 divisions that fought on the battlefield, only 2 brigades apiece. We have the Corps Cavalry Division, which is 3 brigades of cavalry, and we also have a lieutenant there. And then in the back, we have an off-board reserve. This is 2 brigades of French Guard light cavalry and a brigade of cuirassiers and a horse battery and a lieutenant. This comes on the board later on. You dice for that. And then finally, of course, we have the general right here for the French. And over here, we have the general for the British, who is Wellington. Okay? So all total on this thing, there's, 150 or so, maybe more figures. I can't remember exactly what it is. But you get everything you need to play the battle that I showed, that I demonstrated in the videos recently. One thing I also wanted to mention, I forgot about this, is we're getting ready to start an 1809 campaign, myself and the gaming group that I game with. The map movement will be done by email because I live quite a ways away from them and only get to play games against them once every month or so. But we're going to start the campaign game. It's done using my campaign rules, which are called La Petite Campaign. As I mentioned, you can get the rules for free as a PDF copy. Just tell me you want them, and I'll be happy to send them to you. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I just needed to make a quick correction on this. I think in one of the videos or one of the clips I did, I said that the starter set that I'm doing, the double scale starter set, has about what you see on the battlefield. That's not correct. Quatre Bras is a fairly large battle. It starts out with about 20,000 or so French troops fighting about 7,000 Allied, but by the end of the battle, there's about 35,000 Allies on the table, and the French have gone up a little bit to about 24,000. So it's a fairly large battle. The starter set is smaller, but it gives you enough troops to get started with and fight some fun battles. Basically, you're going to get 72 figures of infantry and 18 figures of cavalry split between the two armies. 4 batteries of artillery also split, and all the leaders you need. But it'll total about 100 figures on the tabletop, whereas this actually represents closer to 200 figures. So I just wanted to clarify that. Once I have a starter game ready to post a video about, I'll go ahead and do that, and you'll see what comes in it and how it's packaged and that kind of stuff, so you have that information. All right, anyway, thanks. Okay, so this is just a bonus. This is just me kind of showing off a little bit. I've never done the Battle of Waterloo, although I've thought about it a few times. My British Army is set up for the Peninsular War, but if you're going to do Waterloo, you have to have Hougoumont. So I went ahead and built it. I do all my own buildings. These are resin cast after I do the original buildings using balsa wood and wood putty and that kind of stuff. But I wanted something that would allow me to put together something that would reflect Hougoumont. Now, these are actually 2 separate walled farm units that I do, but they're designed so that they can be put together, because Hougoumont was a larger walled farm than you typically find out there, to form Hougoumont. So this is what I did with it. It's not exactly right. I mean, there are things that are missing on it, but I'm pretty sure that anybody who was doing the Battle of Waterloo and saw this out there would be able to recognize it as Hougoumont, including the formal garden that's shown there with the flower beds. And I just did something that I thought looked good to me. So anyway, like I said, just wanted to show off a little bit with this one. I really like the way these guys came out. If you have any comments, let me know.